Hey, good morning, Martin. It's good to see you. How are you today?
Good morning. Many greetings to Norway. It's pretty close to my home country.
Yes, you're originally from Germany, now pastoring a
Right.
German and Thai-speaking church in Chiang Mai, Thailand.
That's true, right. I'm married to a German who was brought up in Thailand because she's a missionary kid. And so for her, it's back to the roots. And for me, it was starting from scratch working here.
What a journey. And now
Yeah,
you're there in the midst of COVID. How has that
right.
impacted your church?
Yeah, it's quite a big thing here. As you probably know, Thailand is doing very, very well if it comes to the numbers. We only had 3,000 infections here and probably 50 to 60 dead people from COVID-19, but for a very, very high price because as you probably know, we have this shutdown for half a year right now. Nobody comes into the country. So for a country that is living from tourism, that's a very, very bad story. So usually we have 40 million tourists per year, and this went down to zero, which is pretty hard.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and in the church, it's a big problem too, because we have many, many international people who needed to go back to their home countries from one to the next day, some of them at least. So we went down in numbers of probably 50% of the normal Sunday attendance. So we before COVID, we had between 60 and 80 people. Now we are down to 25 to 30.
And when do you think those people might come back, or will they?
It's pretty open because nothing is really set and done right now. So some people are talking about March, April next year. Some people think it will be earlier, but it's absolutely open.
So it's an open question. So at this point, they
Exactly.
can't come back, and who knows when.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. What
Yeah,
about the local Thai people? I mean, 40 million tourists to zero, it's got to be having an impact on the economy. How is that affecting the locals?
absolutely. To give you an example, Chiang Mai is the northern tourist spot, and we have so many different hotels, resorts, and things like that. So right now, only 30% are open, which means that many, many people are without a job. And especially for one people group, it's extremely hard. We have a lot of migrant workers from the surrounding countries, Burma, Laos, and other countries. And many of them don't have proper papers to stay in Thailand, and they are living from what they earn per day. And Thailand was quite good in the development during the last decades, but right now it's the first time since 20 or 30 years that people are starving here. They really don't have enough to eat.
That's sad to hear because, you know, I've traveled quite a bit in that area, and
Yeah,
Thailand has always been a shining example versus, say, you know, Myanmar or Cambodia. I mean, Thailand has been quite developed and all, so
sure.
it's heartbreaking.
And it's quite a challenge for the Christian community also because the Buddhist temples are opening up for the poor people. They are giving out soup and rice and groceries. And so this is quite a challenge for us as a Christian community here because the Buddhists are doing a great job. And I think we are challenged to do similar things. But in addition to that, we need to share the gospel with them too, which
Yeah,
is a great opportunity in these times too.
right. Challenge and opportunity. That's great.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
speaking of opportunities, do you have any positive stories that have come out of the situation that we're in?
Yeah, as probably many churches around the globe, we didn't do online ministry before COVID. And we decided not to stream our services, but we recorded and then we put it on our website. And there, let me give you one example. There's one lady, we know her from our last church, right? She's a very close friend, but she's a non-believer. And we are praying for her since 20 years right now. And since we are recording the services here, she's starting her week in Germany, back in Germany, every single Monday morning with the service from Chiang Mai. And she's getting back to us on a very regular basis, commenting and saying, thank you so much. This is exactly what I need for the new week and things like that. So we are praying very hard that she finds the Lord through this very crazy time.
Well, praise God. Isn't it crazy how
Yeah.
God works? I mean, you would think to reach your friend, you should be in Germany, and then God takes you to Thailand, and yet through taking you to Thailand, he reaches someone in Germany. That's just...
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, can I pray for you before we go?
That's good. Thank you so much.